Imagine coming home to the aroma of a freshly baked apple pie straight out of the oven. You see it sitting there, cooling on a rack, and you go to take a slice. It slices perfectly. And you think to yourself that it might be nice to have with some ice cream. But first, you're stopped, jarred from your thoughts. Don't eat that, it's my science experiment. But it's too late. You've already taken the first bite. Which prompts you to ask, why would you need to make an apple pie for science? It's because it's not really apple pie. This didn't really happen, but it could have, because I had to make a fake apple pie for my chemistry class last week. I was a little bit afraid to taste it at first, but once I did, I saw how easy it was to make an apple pie without any apples. It was such an interesting and simple process that I thought I'd share it with you today. First of all, you're probably thinking that I used some kind of fake apple flavoring, but that's not what I did at all. The actual main ingredient's pretty strange. Ritz crackers. If you have a box of crackers at home and a handful of other ingredients, you have everything you need to make your very own fake apple pie in less than 30 minutes. I was a little skeptical about it myself at first too, but once I actually tried it, I was pretty impressed. I should also add that I'm not a baker myself by any means, so that means it's even simpler. The ingredients for the filling are as follows: the box of crackers, 2 cups of water, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of cream of tartar, cinnamon, and a little bit of melted butter. While you're boiling the 2 cups of water, you can mix sugar and cream of tartar in a cup together, waiting for the water to really start boiling. Then you dissolve the sugar mixture into the water. So far so good, right? This is where it gets a little strange. Now you add 25 Ritz crackers, one by one, to the top of the sugary mixture. Just kind of set them on top of the water and they'll know what to do. You don't even need to stir it. It says to leave, once you have all the crackers in, you can boil them for about 3 minutes. I left them in for 3.5 to make sure they were fully saturated. This is the point where you could already trick somebody into thinking you had a fresh apple pie cooking. You're already almost ready to turn this into an apple pie. If you have pie crusts already prepared, get them ready. If not, you can get the regular store-bought ones like I used. They're fine. Turn the oven to 450 degrees and pour the Ritz cracker mixture into the pie crusts. Sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top and then pour about a teaspoon of melted butter, kind of drizzle it on top. Then you seal the crust or do a lattice design if you choose and put it in the oven for half an hour. About halfway through, I took it out and put aluminum foil around the side to make sure it didn't burn. Things were already starting to brown nicely and it smelled wonderful. You can use your own judgment to decide when it's ready. But you can do it as soon as you want and then it's ready to eat. I brought mine with me today. And I offer it to anyone and everyone who wants to take a taste. But as you can see, it's an incredibly simple process. You may be asking me how Ritz crackers can take on the taste and texture of apples from an apple pie, but it really comes down to how our bodies identify and process chemicals differently. Everything comes down to being made up of different chemicals, and the crackers, sugar, cream of tartar mixed together, along with a little cinnamon, happens to create the distinctive taste and smell of an apple pie. Now, I'm not telling you have to go bake one at home, but if you've ever got an urge for apple pie, and you don't have any apples, but you have a box of Ritz crackers, some sugar, cinnamon, cream of tartar, and a little butter, you have everything you need to make a satisfying apple pie without the apples. It's fun to try and just to see how easy it was. Again, I'm not a baker by any means. Who knew that a chemistry class could be so interesting? Especially with labs like these. To make things even better, the pies tasted great with some homemade ice cream that I made in another experiment the week earlier.